Hi friends, welcome to episode 127 of the Quirky Monday Craftcast. My name is Caleisha and you can find me anywhere online as Nadira Tani. I'm coming to you today from my tent in my... What? I'm coming to you today from my tent behind my home in Central Florida. And it is muggy and humid as all get out today. So the glisten is real. Also, because we're outside, there are lots of noises. We may get some cicadas. We may get some construction sounds. We may get some kids swimming in the pool sounds. Who knows? But I am happy to be with you guys here. Be here with you guys today. Whew. So, there were quite a few bright spots in last episode, which the last podcast episode was 2 weeks ago. And it seems like all of the bright spots that y'all shared were like really long bright spots. And reading out loud makes me a little bit nervous and I don't want to like ruin it. So I'm going to encourage everybody to go take a look at the comments from the last podcast episode. Check out those bright spots. Thumbs up them, comment to people, because there were some viewers who, there was one bright spot about someone getting a new dog. There was someone who had a health scare but is now on the mend. There was, I don't know, there was a bunch of them, and they were all really long stories and like really uplifting bright spots. So definitely go check them out and see the good things that have been happening to members of our community. Ooh, bright spot for me, put my tent back up. Personal space. Personal space. I think we need to change the filter in our refrigerator water thing, because this tastes like I licked a pipe. Yeah, most definitely. Tastes like pool water. But stay hydrated, kids. All right. Announcements. I do have a couple things I wanted to update you guys on. So in light of the accessibility issues that Ravelry is still having, I have no words. I have moved my all my patterns to other places. So all of my paid patterns have been moved to Etsy. So it's the Quirky Monday Crafts Etsy shop, which is always linked down below. And I have 3 paid patterns. There's the Gemini Reborn Above shawl that I just recently released. There is my El Tannen Socks pattern and the Puppy Love shawl, which was my very first pattern. Very excited. I love that. I love that shawl. So cute. Anyway, those are my 3 paid patterns and they're available on Etsy. And then for my free patterns, I have started a Quirky Monday blog. So it's quirkymonday.blogspot.com. Everything will be linked down below. But on that site, you'll be able to get the PDFs of my free patterns. I'm also thinking about putting my show notes over there, and I'm kind of feeling the urge to write again. So you guys might even get like blog posts. Who knows? Not promising anything, but the option is out there for me to jump back into that realm of creativity. So anyway, I hope that if you are someone that has been affected by Ravelry's foolishness, that this will be a way for you to get like access to my patterns if you so desire. And if you are someone who has purchased or downloaded my patterns in the past and now you can't get to them, please send me an email, let me know, so that I can make that right. You can get in contact with me at my email address, which is quirkymonday@gmail.com. There we go. So that's everything for admin. I am currently surrounded by a whole lot of things that I want to talk to you guys about. So let's get started. So, finished objects. It's kind of a finished object. It's kind of like a test run that I did. So I don't remember if it was last episode or the episode before that when I showed the beading loom that I got at a thrift store, but I strung it up and did my first little loom beading experiment, and this is how it came out. You will notice right there, I actually broke one of the beads while I was weaving through it with the needle, because I was not using a beading needle. I was just using the skinniest sewing needle that I had. This isn't like beading string or anything. This is just regular thread, you know, regular Degular thread. Use what you got. And yeah, so I think it's a pretty good first time, like first try with bead weaving. It's not really a thing, to be honest. Like, it took me forever to sort out the colors that I needed to make this, and this was all of the red beads that I had, period. So this is the longest it could be. I would have loved to make like a whole bookmark, but it is what it is. Also, I need to like read up on how to properly finish these so that they don't move up and down on the strings like they're doing right now. See that? We don't want that. So there's some more learning that needs to be done, but I think this is a pretty good start. And I have some more supplies for beading that I'm going to show you in the stash position section. But yeah, ta-da! I made a thing. I also did a time lapse of me doing this and put it on Instagram. So if you want to see super fast Caleisha hands making that, it's on Instagram. Okay, that's the only thing that is finished. So let's get into my works in progress. So the first work in progress, which is the thing that I've been working on the most, well, there's two projects that I've been working on a whole lot over the last couple weeks, and this is one of them. This is my Twister Lolly sock. You can't see that at all. This is the Twister Lolly sock pattern by the Crimson Stitchery, which is a Nishka, and I'll hold that there so you can see. So it's a little tiny bit ribbed. There's a lace, a very, very easy to memorize lace pattern. Did I skip a yarn over right there? Oh, might have. Oh well, whatever. But yeah, so these are my white lace socks. I love how it just looks like a solid sock back here because it's bright. But yeah, I am really enjoying this pattern. The pattern itself calls for a heel flap and gusset, but I didn't feel like doing that, so I just put in a short row wrap and turn heel like I normally do in my socks. And also, even though I enjoyed the lace, it's like not super involved. I just want to get through these socks. So I'm not going to do lace across the top of the foot. I'm just going to do plain vanilla down the foot so that I can be done with this sock and start the second one, because I don't want to lose steam on this project. Like, I really want to finish these socks and have them to wear. The yarn that I'm using is Knit Picks Stroll. Yeah, it's Knit Picks Stroll, but I got a bear skein, so it's just their undyed stroll base. white yarn. Ta-da! Yeah, and I just kind of tossed this into my bag. It was in a project bag, which I'm living dangerously again. It was in a project bag. I will put it back in the project bag so that I can be a responsible crafter. Is there anything that I wanted to say about that? No. I think she just released her next sock pattern. I want to say this is the third, like summer sock pattern that she's released. So yeah. And also harking back to the Ravelry thing, if any of the patterns that I am working on or linking to have alternate locations, I will put those. One thing I ran into the first time I was trying to do that is that a lot of these don't currently have alternate locations. So that was also like 3 weeks ago, so a lot of these may. But anyway, if there's an alternate location to any of these patterns or sources, I will definitely link both of them, the Ravelry and the alternate, so that you know, there's accessibility to those patterns. My next work in progress, I'm super excited that it's a work in progress again. Well, let me make sure it wasn't a work in progress last time, because I don't remember when. Yeah. So this is my secret little crop top, little secret crop. There's the cicadas. This is either the secret little crop top or little secret crop top by Jessie May Martinson, Jessie Made Designs. And as you guys may remember, I got to here and had to stop because I was going to run out of yarn. And an awesome viewer of the podcast messaged me and said that she found some of the same yarn on eBay. So I went over there and put in a bid and won. So now I have a total of, I think it was 9 balls of the yarn in the eBay lot. So I have like 14 or 15 maybe, or maybe it's 15 or 16 balls in total. So I'll definitely have enough to finish this top, and I'll probably have leftover. But I'm almost done with the second set of yarn. So I'm holding it double. And this is the yarn that I'm using. It's Adrian Vittadini Maria, and it's a stretchy yarn, which is why I'm holding it double, because I didn't want, like, holding it double got me closer to the gauge in the pattern. That being said, however, this looks like it's still going to be, you know, pretty big. Now, this pattern was originally, it's supposed to be ribbed, which I didn't want to do that. And it's supposed to be kind of fitted, which I also didn't want to do that. So I'm hoping that this is going to give me like a loose tank top kind of feel. Hopefully. We'll see. It'll be fine. But I'm excited that I can keep working on this. And this is one of the projects that I was carrying around with me a lot last week. And just knitting away on this, because it's just plain stockinette in the round and go. I don't know if I mentioned these needles last time, but because I like to work on a lot of projects at one time, or because I like to have the ability to work on a lot of projects at one time, I wanted to get some more knitting needles. But my favorite knitting needles are ChiaoGoo red lace ones, and those run about $10 to $11 each for the fixed circulars. And I didn't want, well, one, I didn't want to buy a whole lot of those at $10, $11 a pop, and two, I couldn't afford, or I can't afford to just buy an interchangeable set. So I decided to look for a stainless steel needle set on Amazon, which I managed to accidentally purchase 2. So each set, I think the first set had like 6 needles in it, and it was less than $10, and the next set had maybe 12, and it was about $12 or $13, something like that. But yeah, so now I have an abundance of needles, which is fine, and I kind of want to start all the things. I'm not going to do myself like that. And I was using this project to kind of test them out because they're very, very blunt compared to the Chalgoos, but they work really well. I like that the cable, let me show you the cable. So the cable is like that. It's like a plastic wrapped metal cable, so it doesn't kink back on itself, it doesn't curl, and I really like it. I'm gonna see if I can find the needles that I bought and link them down below so you can take a look at them if it's something that you need. Yeah, and the joins are good. I think there's only a couple of the needles in the sets that I got where the join is a little bit rough, but I'm pretty sure that a little sandpaper or something like that may be able to help with that. I don't know, you can't really sandpaper metal. I'm sure there's some way to fix that or to work with that. But yeah, so this is how much is left in the current ball that I'm working with, and I have my next 2 in here waiting to go. And I think, oh, that's not all of my works in progress. I have one more work in progress, which is going to be a little bit deja vu, because here it is. What is on your face? There you go. It's a little doll head. Oh, it's lumpy. That's better. It's a little doll head. So I made a doll for one of my friend's daughters, and it's the pattern African American Ballerina doll by Yolanda Jordan. And while I was making the doll for the little girl, her brother had a birthday, and so I was like, well, I obviously can't give the little girl something and not give her brother something. I was thinking that to begin with, but then he also had a birthday, and I was like, well, what you gonna do? So I was going to make a stuffed animal from the Edward's Menagerie book that I just recently got, but then I was like, what kind of stuffed animal do I want to make? And so I texted the mom and I asked her what his favorite animal was, and he said octopus, which I was not prepared for, but I think he just turned 3, so I think that's an appropriate answer for a 3-year-old. My favorite animal is an octopus. Okay, I'm not making an octopus. So then I asked her, how she felt about little boy dolls, and she was like, oh, little boy dolls are fine. So I was like, all right. So the plan is to make a mini-me for this little boy, and their matching thing is going to be like a superhero cape. So I'm gonna make the little boy doll. Her son's favorite color is red, so I think I'm gonna give him like a red shirt and some jeans or something like that, or like some pants, and then I'm going to make them little capes. I don't know if I'm going to sew the capes or if I'm going to crochet the capes. I will probably end up sewing the capes so that they're faster, but yeah, I kind of like the idea of having the basically matching dolls to each other, and also a matching item between the child and the doll. So got the head, and now to make the legs and the arms, which was so fiddly the first time going around because you're just making little tiny tubes. But yeah, so I will be modifying the pattern a little bit because there is like hip shaping written into the pattern for the ballerina, so I'm just gonna skip the shaping and stuff to make it a more straight bodied doll. for this superhero boy. I need to come up with like a cool superhero like cape for him. This project is just gonna take forever. I tell y'all, I cannot do anything small. I can't. It's always go big or go bigger. We have some happy mail, and the last couple weeks have been like, I have been immensely spoiled and also blessed with some new craft supplies and just happy mail from you guys. So first, let me show you the things that I purchased, and then I'll show you the things that have been given to me. Had to do the mail song on my my Instagram when this came in, but I got mail. Come on in here, cause I got mail. So I purchased the Stand in the Gap enamel pen from Gigi Made It, and also a sticker because everyone needs stickers. So I got this maybe at the beginning of the week. I don't know if she still has them left. I think she does have stickers. I'm not sure about the pens, but I'm very happy that I got my hands on this. I really, really love how Auntie Gigi is she's always speaking about something with such purpose, and I really admire that about her. So thank you, Auntie Gigi, for providing these things, for putting these messages out there, and for being, you know. If you're a new viewer, I haven't done this particular segment in a while, but I used to have a segment called Black Fibers, Black Threads, where I would talk about black people, and by black people I mean people of the African diaspora. I talked about the things that black people have contributed to the fiber world, and I would do a lot of research. I would find different creators who were, you know, working and doing and designing and putting out content or products or whatever in this space, because you wouldn't really, you know, see us out here. And I was just like, obviously there have to be black people who are making moves in this space. So my Black Fibers, Black Threads segment was about that, and I really do want to get back into providing that content and putting that that information out there. I did one thing that was really fun about that. That segment is what allowed me to come across Lorna Hamilton Brown. That's what brought me to Nasat Nation and a bunch of other designers and creators that are constantly producing amazing things. Through that research and looking for that representation is how I came across a lot of people. Now, I bring Black Fibers, Black Threads up because when I started searching black people in knitting, one of the very first things that came up was Auntie Gigi's blog. And a few years before, she had started doing basically the same thing and putting those blog posts out there. And so this was, of course, before I really had any contact with her. Like, before she became Auntie Gigi to me, she was a gateway into this space that I really wanted to come into. So when I say thank you to Gigi. Thank you for writing that blog post however many years ago it was. Thank you for putting it out there so that when I came along and Googled, I would see your work there. So you guys are balanced on top of one of my baskets, which is probably not the best thing to be balanced on, but it was like the right height, so you know. But anyway, that was the Stand in the Gap, which I got from Auntie Gigi. That's everything physical that I purchased. I also got 2 new patterns. What are they? I wrote them down. There's the Minty Tee, which was just released like a couple days ago by Noma and Ndlovu. She's Bigger Than Life Knits, I believe, on Instagram. And then there was the Mozaika Goodness by Nomad Stitches, and both of them are tops. The Minty Tee is just looks like a basic I think it's a round yoke t-shirt. It's knit in DK weight. So I saw it and I was immediately like, ooh, Florida appropriate knitwear, heck yeah. And the same thing with the Mozaika Goodness, I think, Goons or Goodness, anyway. That one it's a short sleeve t-shirt as well. This one is crocheted and it has a band of mosaic crochet, which I've never done. I did watch her tutorial. Nomad Stitches has a tutorial about how to do mosaic crochet. So y'all know how I am. You watch one tutorial and you believe you can do it. So I got the pattern. So I have those 2. So I don't know when I'm gonna start them, but as you guys know, it's summer forever in Florida. So I'm excited to get working on these short-sleeved tops. Speaking of short-sleeved tops, some point today, I think it's today, is Tamy Gore is supposed to be releasing a colorwork short sleeve sweater design, and I'm very excited about that. I will be, after I finish filming this, I will be checking her Instagram to see if it is released. Because like I'm here for short sleeve sweaters. Like I want to knit and crochet all the sweaters, but I also don't want to have a heat stroke. Thanks, Florida. But yeah, so that's everything that I purchased for Stashquisitions. So now I can show you this amazing Happy Mail that I have been so blessed to receive. So we're gonna start first with Anna. Anna reached out to me on Instagram saying that she saw that I was getting, was it Instagram? I think it was Instagram. She saw that I was getting into, you know, like bead looming, thising, and there's a giant flying something that keeps flying back and forth in front of the door of this tent, and I just want to warn you guys, if that thing come in here, it's gonna be a mess. So hopefully it doesn't realize that this is an opening. Anyway, Anna. So she said, you know, she messaged me and said that she saw that I was getting into this and wanted to know if I would like some beads. And I said sure. And she sent me this. And she was like apologizing profusely, like, I'm so sorry that they're not sorted by color. And I said, well, I enjoy sorting things by color. I actually have multiple games on my phone for sorting things. So this will not be sorted at any time soon, but I have bought little like the little containers that screw into each other, so that I can you know, sort a couple out, put them in their containers, and keep it going. But I really appreciate this because I thought I had seed beads, but I don't. Okay, so in addition to this, like this is what she told me she was sending, but sneaky person, she stuck some extras in the bag box, and she gave me these. She said that she was also sending these because she doesn't use worsted weight yarn anymore, and this is all yarn by Passion Knits yarn. It is, there it is, 100% superwash merino wool in the wistfully worsted base. It's 220 yards. This colorway is Patty O'Patrick. This colorway is Sun Comes Up. And this one is Hunter's Point. So thank you so much, Anna, for this surprise. I tell you, man, when y'all learn my colors, it's hilarious to me. Also, this last week, I was off work, and since I was off, I did some vlogging, and I called it Grinchmas in July. And the number of people who were sending me Grinchy related content on Instagram was delightful. There's a mask that at least 4 people have sent me, and it has like little germs on it, and the Grinch, it's like the new Grinch, and he's going like bleh, and it says "ew people." Yes, that was me before Corona. If I'm honest. But just the fact that so many people saw that and kept sending it to me, it just made me laugh every time I saw it. So thank you guys for indulging my Grinchy heart. Speaking of people who indulge my Grinchy heart, this next happy mail is from Leah, and she said that when she saw this yarn, it basically screamed Caleisha to her, which is understandable. It's called Mr. Grinch Speckles, and this is from Knit Circus yarns, and it is the 80-10-10 opulence base, 80-10-10, 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, for 100 grams, 440 yards. And that's the color Mr. Grinch Speckles. So I don't know if this is gonna stripe or if it's just generally speckled, but I be still my Grinchy heart. So she sent me this, and then she also sent me a mini called Headmaster, and this is from Brazen Stitchery, and it has the colors of the Hogwarts houses, and also a little head wig from Simply Serving. So there's a little head wig, and I think I'm going to put this away for my advent calendar at the end of the year. I've just been squirreling away little minis because evidently that's what I do. The last piece of crafty happy mail I just got from the post office today, and it's from Xiaomeng, and it's really pretty. So this, the colors are not coming up as correct. What if I hold it closer? That's actually correct. But she did, it's a drawstring bag, and I really like it. It's, of course, it's my colors, which is why I said, like, when you guys know my colors, it cracks me up. Like, that you guys pay attention to me, right? And you like remember stuff about me. What? But it has a pocket in the front, and it's very like big and roomy. I could definitely fit this in there. So she also sent me this yarn, which is Angora Active by Yarn Art. It's 25% mohair and 75% acrylic. So 100 grams gives 500 meters. So that's thinner than a fingering weight. Oh yeah, that's very thin. I didn't look at that before. That's cool. So I think what I'm going to do with this is I've been kind of wanting to make a new like throw blanket. I have the granny square one going, but I kind of want another one. So maybe I will hold this double with something, because that fuzz is really fun and I like these colors. So it's like a gradient of pinks, some grays, and almost a purple. Does this have a color name? No, just a color number. It's color number 841. And there's 2 of them. And again, here's the bag. How pretty. And she also sent me some tea. What kind of tea is this? Jasmine tea? Yes. This is her favorite jasmine tea. Is that what I'm smelling? Oh. Ah, it smells like honeysuckles. Honeysuckle is one of my favorite scents. When you actually smell the tea, it smells different than when the tea was sealed up in this bag in the other bag. That's weird. But this is jasmine tea. And I don't think I've ever had jasmine tea. So I'm gonna have to read up on how to properly brew this so that I don't burn it, and then enjoy some jasmine tea for the first time. So thank you so much. And let me put these things away, and then I'll show you my non-crafty Happy Mail. So the non-crafty Happy Mail is going to kind of straddle over into plant mama life. Yeah, this is really long. If you are still here with me, thank you. But so I have an internet twin. I don't remember if I have mentioned that we are internet twins on here, but it is Whitney who is the creator of all of the little brown girl charms that I have. She's on Instagram as Whitney Marie Anderson. She also has a website. She sells these really adorable charms, clay charms, polymer clay charms. One of her like things that she's doing a lot of right now are the color changing hair, the UV reactive hair, which is so creative. But through our interaction online, we have discovered that there are so many similarities between the two of us that we've come to the point where the similarities are like not even funny anymore. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, because we're the same person basically. So she sent me a surprise box, and in the box along with some crafty things was a plant. Yes, my internet twin Whitney mailed a plant from California to Florida, and it arrived safely. So this is the plant. It is, I'm gonna mispronounce this, where did I write it? Sedum Treleasei. Yes. It's also known as a stonecrop. So that's the plant. There we go. So you guys can see it. So it's known as a stonecrop because basically, according to, I don't remember exactly what site I was reading, but the site was talking about taking care of it. Basically, the only thing that is easier to take care of than this plant is a rock. So I shouldn't be able to kill this. Also, it was saying, you know, how to plant one of these. You just kind of put it on the dirt, sprinkle some, like put it down, sprinkle some dirt over it. You did it. Nailed it. So we'll see about that. So the only casualty that happened, and I'm going to see if you can see it. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a root? Holy cannoli. They were not joking. That is a root, son. So right here, where my finger is on, is one of the leaves that fell off in transit. So just like the website said, I put it on the dirt and left it, and now there's a tiny root coming out of there. I have watered this thing one time. I've had it for a week and change. I've had it for a week and change. I've watered it once. And it's just doing its thing. I'm blown away by that root, guys. Like, what? I wish you, like, I wish this iPad could like focus, but there is a tiny baby root coming off of that leaf. She also sent me the planter, and this is our twin plant. So she also has the same plant and the planter in California. She wrote a blog post, which I will link down below so that you can see how she prepared this plant to be mailed across the country. And I sent her pictures of mine in the pot so that she could have like twin pictures. It's so cute. It's so cheesy. I am completely here for it. But yeah, man, I can't believe there's a root on there. This is amazing. This is amazing. Stonecrop for the win. Okay, so she also sent me an enamel pin and a sticker and like a patch, a fabric patch from GDB Art, and a hole puncher that's shaped like a star. And then she also sent me one of those art mannequins, the little, you know, like the little figures that you can pose and then you can draw them. So she sent me one of those. Everything that she got was from Daiso, and we don't have a Daiso in Florida. I don't think there's one in Florida at all, but every time I see somebody going to Daiso on YouTube, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I really want to go there one day and see what there is to see. So one of these days I'll go to Daiso. So like I said, that straddles over into plant mama life. I do have some new plant babies that I'm really excited about. Technically, one is a new plant baby. The other one is a propagation that is living its best life. Holy cannoli. So first I'll show you the new plant baby, which is, you are not looking too good right now. Like, why have you closed up? This is a prayer plant. I can't remember the scientific name of it because it was long, but it's a Maranta, and I think like I almost said the style, the type of Maranta this is a rabbit foot, I think, because of the little markings. But the most fun thing about prayer plants is that their leaves really move. Like, they follow the sun, they move around a lot, they fold up like this at nighttime. So it's not nighttime, I don't know why you're out like this, but they fold up when it's night, and then in the day they open down and they'll move around to follow the sun. So I'm gonna put this over in the sun for a little bit while I show you my other propagation, and see if maybe by the end of me finishing all the video stuff, maybe it will have changed. But this is my newest plant baby, and this is its newest leaf. I really, really like the markings on these leaves. Yeah. So we're gonna put that over there in the sun, see if it'll move a little bit. And this is my propagation. So this is a heartleaf philodendron, and I started all of these from cuttings off of my mama philodendron. Cut it, trim them down, put them in some water, and they were in the water for about a month and a half maybe, and then I planted them into dirt. And all of this, like everything from here up, is new. And it's everything in here is growing. It's just really, really blossoming, and it just makes me so happy to look at it. And I got this planter from the Goodwill. It's not planted in the planter, it's in a nursery pot. So, you know, pay attention to your drainage, folks. But yeah, look at that baby. You look so good. It almost looks better than the mama. So, I love it. That is everything for Plant Mama Life. My string of pearls has 2 strings left, and the 2 strings they have new growth, so there is hope. And I'm gonna buy another one. I wanted to, you know, hold on to that 2 strand string of pearls and be like, oh, I can recover this one, but I don't want a scraggly looking string of pearls. I want a full looking string. So I'm gonna buy another one, and with my newfound knowledge of how not to underwater the thing, we're gonna you know, go from there. I am gonna keep the 2 in their own little pot, and then when the new one comes, I'm gonna put it in its own pot, so that I can, you know, still try to cultivate these 2 back into the land of the living. But yeah. Is there anything else with Plant Mama Life that I want to talk about? No. My husband sent me a funny picture the other day. It was like a little comic. At the top it says, it's like a girl, she's walking through the store, and she looks down and there's a little tiny succulent, and it says buys 1 succulent, or buys 1 tiny succulent. And the second one is like her dressed in leaves. Her whole background is green and covered in plants, and she's like lovingly caressing like some sort of vining plant. And it says buys 1 little succulent, turns into the mother of plants, or something like that. And I'm like, I feel seen. I mean, what can I say? I'm very happy with all of my plants. They make me very happy. Taking care of them has been something that I can look forward to. I am learning a lot with it, and I find that I am happiest when I am engaged with something. So having the plants around and learning about these plants and stuff like that has definitely been beneficial. Yeah, so I did have some stuff written down for life and whatnot, but basically if you want to know what's been going on in my life and whatnot, just take a look at the Grinchmas in July vlogs. This week has just been work. Yeah. One thing that I have been really realizing lately with working at home is that turning off, like ending the workday, has been the most difficult thing for me, because it's just there. And the type of environment that I work in, it's very easy to be accessible all the time, where, like, you know, a coworker will send me a text message about something, or you know, like any of these things, like there's email and this, that, and the other, and it's just very hard to completely turn off. And I'm trying to be better about turning off, and like the end of the workday, that's it. But one of the things that makes it difficult to do that is the fact that there's just so much work to do, and being remote, it almost, like, for me, it feels like there's more to do since we are remote. There's more little things to do, more plates to keep spinning, so that it does get very difficult to turn off. So I'm working on that. Hopefully I can do better, and hopefully I can create more. And I'm going to go ahead and end this podcast here, because the leaf blower is coming out. I mean, it's a cosmic law that whenever anybody is recording a video to put on YouTube, there has to be a leaf blower somewhere. So yeah, in closing, I got new glasses. I'm very happy about them. I feel like I'm a real life Instagram filter now, you know, with my round lenses. And I am done buying glasses on the internet. I'm done. Not doing it anymore. I have enough faces now. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut out all of the really annoying sounds that happened during this podcast and put this up on YouTube. So hopefully it'll be up within the next couple hours. I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon and a great weekend. Leave a comment down below of something positive that happened to you, something good, a bright spot, so that we can see the good things that are happening in this world, because things is crazy, but good is still happening. Good is still moving through this world, and good things are happening to those around us, and we need to share those things. Yeah. So thank you for being a part of my universe. Have a good afternoon. Bye, friends. Oh, it wasn't sitting in the sun long enough to change.